So one of the really big things that most businesses now kind of get is that with the internet, it's really valuable. It's a way to hit thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And actually nowadays your website is arguably more important than your office or your shop front. So you could have a really important department store. I'm going to say, I don't know, Burberry if you're a big kind of fashion brand. Historically, you had a big retail outlet, which was your exhibition store where you sell the dream and sell the brand and show people the clothes and whatever. But often people had to go to London or New York to experience it. Now you're going to have many more people online who actually, the main way that they discover you is through your social media, through your website. And actually, it's such a important tool to kind of communicate with people that actually, as much as having an office on Regent Street or a shop on Regent Street or prime real estate, in the busiest footfall in the world, a really good website is really important. So specifically today, I'm going to talk about URLs. So your URL is basically your web address. So I have roadmapmba.com. If you can, get the .com. It's always mega important, and actually that's almost the default for anyone around the world. If you're going to look for Adidas, you're probably going to do adidas.com, burberry.com, apple.com. .com is always the first one that you want. Based here in the UK, we also have .co.uk, so I also have roadmapmba.co.uk. And one of the things that's really happened is that when I was first kind of creating the course, the plan for my business is to try and create a brand which is trusted but has value, that as we grow, that at the moment we have about 1,000 users, but hopefully at some point we'll have 1 million users. But the idea is I'm trying to create something which will gradually increase in time. And one of the things you never want to do is have roadmapmba.com and roadmapmba.co.uk, but you didn't buy the .net. That likewise, when it takes off and things kind of start to move, that someone in a different part of the world or even here buys the roadmapmba.net, almost creates a fake brand of yours, starts trading off what you do in a way that they charge money and scam people, if that makes sense. So with the business, we are an alternative MBA business course. So at the time, about a year ago, I also had Roadmap Alternative MBA, Roadmap Alt MBA, and I had a few. And what was really interesting is that I put a post up last week and it was to do with my streaming setup, and that kind of got really good traction. And I've started to tag more brands in it. And actually someone commented, which is I genuinely really kind of appreciate, but they put it down as what we're trying to do, but it was roadmapmba.org. So I got in touch with them and said, actually, it's the .com, could you change it? But it got me thinking when I got home, because I was actually at basketball training. And I thought, well, actually, who does have roadmapmba.org? And the truth is, there was nobody. So I then went on last week and bought roadmapmba.org. I've got roadmapmba.net and also the roadmapmba.com and the roadmapmba.co.uk. But the reason why this is really important is that for your business and whatever you want to do, especially if you're looking to build a brand, really protect your online real estate. It's the fact of if you have a beautiful house that you're really proud of, if there's a chance that someone could build on the plot of land next to it, which ruins your view and kind of puts a big horrible waste dump next to what you've got, you can actually protect what you're trying to build through online presence. And it's so much better to own those assets and have control of them. And I just do a 301 web forwarding to, permanent forward to my main address. But the point is just keep it in mind. I kind of did when I first set up the business, and it was really kind of useful to do. But when someone innocently enough actually put in the wrong address, then it just went blank. I thought, well, sorry, I'm going to buy it. And I get mine through 123reg, which is relatively cheap. You're looking at 15 quid a year, which, yes, when you're first starting out, there's no point buying 10. But as the business starts to grow and gain traction, definitely if you can get the .com, if you are from Japan or France or somewhere that has a distinct domain. So for instance, you could also get roadmapmba.eu, but for that you also have to be based in the EU, which Britain now isn't. But the point is really tailor it down to what is important to your target market, your target customer, but actually never forget the potential for people to abuse the system, to really kind of ruin what you want to do and what you want to build, because people will do this. And true story, about 10 years ago, I was working for a business And some of the staff that were very, very senior decided to leave that business and set up on their own. And they registered their web address as .co.uk, and they were direct competing, stealing the IP, not being very, nice, very kind of credible. And I realized when we found out what they'd done, so I actually bought their domain name, but .com, just because they hadn't thought to do it. And it was just a principle that I then redirected that back to our website. So if someone's going to try and kind of screw you over, it's a bit of gamesmanship, but people might do it to you. So if you can, protect your assets, protect your URLs, and especially if you're looking to build a brand, just keep it in mind. It's something kind of really important. If you catch this on YouTube, my name's Steve, can you please kind of like and subscribe? We mostly talk about business and entrepreneurship type stuff. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to get in touch.